see.
Dude,
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to PvP Podcast. I'm your host, Dom, with also our other hosts, Harry and Craig. How y'all doing today?
Yo.
Hey.
So, congratulations are in order for Craig.
Oh.
Got hitched. Congratulations. How's it feel to be a lockdown man?
Oh.
Normal feels the same. Like, we've been living together for like 3 years, so it just feels solidified.
I always say that. I was like, look, you gotta at least live together for like 2 years before you decide to get married.
Like, I can't. People get married after like 6 months. I'm like, are you dumb? I've had clothes for 6 months that I don't like anymore.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm in love. Let's just go and get married. I don't understand it. No, I always said like we got to be together. We got to be together minimum 5 years, and out of those 5 years, we have to at least been living together for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, 5 years. That's a long time. I felt like 3. Man. I felt like 3 was a good amount of time.
Oh, that's still not bad. As long as it's not that.
3, we were still together for 2 more, so 5 years total. And then, yeah. So I guess I pretty much did the same thing. So yeah.
As long as it's not that 6-month period. 6 months, we're gonna get married. No, nope. It's gonna end in failure.
Those Vegas stories.
So, Craig, you should have a lot of topics today to talk about.
Let's go. Start them up. Fire them off.
I know. Craig was on a roll. I was like, well, first let's start it since Craig wasn't here last time, and I might just save me and your podcast. I just posted the other one for like a rainy day one. Kingdom Hearts 4. Craig, you're our main Kingdom Hearts guy. What are your thoughts?
Let's go talk about it.
I am salty. Like, I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care.
Why is that?
Because the last game was such a disappointment that I don't care. I didn't even finish it.
You don't think it's going to be good now that he has some shoes that fit him?
He took off his Skechers and got the black ones. But no, dude, like it just
as long as
looks like
they're not black forces, we're good.
It just looks like another graphics thing, like particle effects, blah blah blah. We've seen that. I wanted good gameplay and a good story.
That wasn't even gameplay
on the last one. So the next one, I don't even care. I don't care.
But you got to understand, they didn't even show us gameplay. They just showed that's footage.
Cutscenes, right?
Yeah,
that's all CG.
That looked like a quick time event anyway. So hit Y.
I mean, that they're in a city is pretty cool. Like it looks like a modern city, but that could completely change.
Face, though, did you see Sora's face? Because I can't be the only one who thought he looked weird. Like his face was like,
I don't know.
It was off.
Well, you're our Kingdom Hearts guy, so you would know more than me.
Like I watched it once just because of how uninvolved I am with it now, and I was obsessed. Like I have a Keyblade. You know what?
It's still there.
I have a Keyblade right here.
Maybe I wasn't going to talk about this, but I actually do have a sword here. I don't have it with me right now. I'd have to go to the next room and get it. But
so we'll take a moment for you to get your sword if need be.
Oh yeah, what kind of sword is it? Oh,
do it.
Maybe later. Maybe later.
That was suspenseful. Now he's got us waiting.
Right.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it to be snapped with the butt catching sword technique.
Oh no!
Where did you even come across that?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, every time I'm scrolling down Instagram or something somewhere, Facebook, some anime, whatever meme group, there's always something going on there. And I was like, oh hell no.
That's
steel.
That's just fine. Oh, okay, I see your orange sword over there. So let's look at one of these topics, Craig. Where you're on just
real quick.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I did have a couple of things to say about Kingdom Hearts 4. I wanted to say, but Craig wasn't here yet. So okay, so don't be so down on the graphics. Yeah, okay, it looks really good. But did you play Final Fantasy 15? Did you play Final Fantasy 7 Remake?
Is that
because those games? Is
7 the one with Cloud and Blitzball? So I played.
No. Cloud. That 10. That's Titus. 10? Titus or Titus, however people want to call them.
Okay.
So that's Blitzball. That's 10.
Titus. That's his name. I was calling him Cloud. I don't know why. Cloud's big sword Buster Blade dude, right? Okay, so
So
the,
that
the
that graphic engine is what they're using for the new Kingdom Hearts. So like, okay, yeah, the graphics are more modern, more realistic. Okay, sure, whatever. But like, don't just say that that's all they focused on, because Final Fantasy 15 and 7 Remake were some of the best games in the Final Fantasy franchise. So like, don't be off put by just because it looks good.
I've
And
heard
of
nothing but
course,
good things about Final Fantasy VII, but I don't think I've ever really sat down and given it a chance. Like I just never had the opportunity to.
Good game, man.
it's
A
less
good
it's less
80-hour
like
game.
a focus just on the graphics. You know, I'm sure that it'll be a full package. Besides, the thing's not going to be out for another 7 years anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, and it's just
At a
they're just gonna
minimum,
be like,
7 years.
I mean, yeah, maybe it'll come out PlayStation 6. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be
But
it'll be the PSX because they'll be on 10.
nice. So did you
It's-
guys see the teaser of Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 4? Yeah.
Was that with the end with Donald and Goofy?
So somewhere towards the middle they show like a forest, and it looks just like the forest on Endor. And then they show like a little lake or like a river or something, and right in the corner of it is like a rounded silver metal foot that looks exactly like an ATST foot.
Is that what everybody was talking about? I was like, what
If
are they
they put
talking
Star
about?
Wars
Star
in
Wars.
Kingdom Hearts 4, I guarantee you I'm getting the game. Like I'll
Put
take
Star Wars
back
in Kingdom
all
Hearts
of
4.
it.
Yep, they're doing it. Yeah.
Man,
It's a it's a Disney property now, so
it is, but
yo, does that mean he'll see Thor?
no. Whoa.
I mean,
With a Marvel crossover? I don't know.
if
That
the
would be a
Star
lot.
fair
That
game,
would be
why
a
not the
lot.
Marvel one? Like
To
if they
me-
really did that, I'd be so down for it. But you'd have to do it not ass. Excuse my language.
Yeah, there's a lot you can mess up with that. Jumping between Star Wars and Marvel.
Look at all look at all the DC movies. Come on, like the new DC movies are not good. They were painful.
Snyder Cut was the best one.
The first Wonder Woman was great. The second one, I got 30 minutes deep and I gave up. I was like, this isn't doing it for me.
Really, I got mixed reviews from people who watched 1 and 2.
Really,
it was always mixed reviews with both.
So with Wonder Woman 1, I had to look at it the same way I looked at Marvel's. Like it's a completely different cinematic universe. But the main thing is like she was really well written. Like it wasn't like she was strong just because she was strong. Like or it was like no, she was like she was always different from all the other Amazons. Like and then they break that down. And then you find out like her heritage and everything, which is cool because like the newer comics are also following that kind of story. And then like making her the heroine that was like her weakness was how strong she was. Like that, like I like that. I like the fact that her issue was she was strong enough to solve the problems, but she couldn't solve the problems. Like I really like that kind of conflict. Like she had all this power and she could do so much, but she couldn't force these people to find peace. Like I really like that kind of conflict. So that movie really stuck out for me. And all the other DC movies just kind of flopped. Like I don't I remember making fun of them a lot. That's all I remember about the movies. Making
Which
fun.
ones?
Pick one. Batman v Superman, like Doomsday was garbage.
Because that's not like I didn't like how they went about him.
Lex Luthor
There's no way they should have put those two things in the same movie.
They should
have been Batman versus Superman in the end, and then if you need to make a sequel to have Darkseid in it, put Darkseid in a separate movie. What? I don't see how that.
Like, first off, they often treat audiences like they're dumb. I understand, but if you're gonna treat your audiences like they're dumb, don't bomb them with 30 different plot points that you have to already have up here to
that's the thing. When you're making a comic book movie, you can't treat your audience like they're dumb because they're there to watch that movie because they read the comic books. So you're making yourself look like an ass by not kind of sticking to the shit that they know.
So here's the thing. The thing about that one is Batman, right? The Batman that's in that Batman versus Superman, that's a specific Batman. That's a very specific. That's not Michael Keaton. That's not Christian Bale. That's a very specific Batman. That's the Batman that found his Robin beaten to death with a crowbar. That changes a Batman.
Also, amazing comic.
And so the fact that he's literally willing to kill Superman, they don't talk about that in the movie at all. They're just like, I don't know, Batman's got a hot streak. He's just gonna kill this guy. And they don't expect they do one single scene where they show the Robin costume hanging in a case and it says ha ha ha. That's it. That's the only connection you get to figure out why Batman's gone on the deep end. That's it.
You know what? I've watched that movie so many times and it never clicked. That's why he was the douchebag Batman.
I've only seen it once. I watched it one time.
I mean, because like I'm a Batman fan. Like I'm wearing a Batman ring right now. Like so, I wanted to really like it, and I just didn't. It just didn't. It didn't resonate. It felt very forced. It felt.
I think that's what's stopping me from watching the new Batman movie because I'm such a big Batman fan, and just him, the actor. I don't see him as Batman, and that's what's messing up for me.
It's on. Good thing. I'm nervous though, but I've heard really good things.
I've only heard good reviews too, but it's just him as Batman. I was like,
so it's on HBO now.
It's on HBO Max. You lie.
Right now. I am not. Just came out.
So
I watched that tonight.
I've heard that like it's a really good take on young Batman detective style. Like this isn't Batman where he's a vet and he's got it all figured out. This is Batman where he's still kind of a renegade, just putting on the suit, but he's still falling into being like.
That's the first thing that shows up too.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's right there. So this Batman, when does he train with the
Ra's al Ghul?
Does he try to do the vigilante thing?
Like in some cases, he trains with the League of Shadows. In some instances, the League of Shadows are a legendary shadow organization that comes later on in his career and finds him.
Wait, are we still talking about the movie or just in general?
Yeah. No, I was just saying because Craig, you said it was.
I'm sorry.
This is like a young Batman where he hasn't quite figured it out yet. So has he already done training?
Yeah, he doesn't.
Said it's a young Batman where he hasn't done the training. So has he done the League of Shadows in this movie, or is it just like he's just going to do his own thing and maybe Ra's al Ghul's not in this timeline?
I don't know. I'll have to.
Well, no, he didn't. From what I remember, this is me. Like the comic books could be different, but from what I remember with the comic books, he doesn't become Batman until he's trained.
Yeah,
so he's able to just to beat ass. So it's gonna be after his training. But yeah, he's still because they made an animation about that too when he just became Batman. He could beat ass, but he wasn't used to being a detective. And the animation of it was really good. And it was the Halloween one where they had two parts, the Holiday Killer or something like that. And he was new to being a detective. And so that's why they broke it up into two parts because it took him like a year to finally catch this guy. So he was already trained. I have it, man. It was great.
Okay.
Wow, it took Batman a year to solve something.
Yeah, because he was new to being a detective. Okay. Man, I'm trying to tell you, DC's animations are where it's at. They are great.
There it is.
The Judas Protocol. It's the Teen Titans story where Tara joins them, but she's a double agent for Slade.
Oh, that's back when we watched it on TV, right?
So like it's actually a way more famous story than you would think. Like it's like one of the old school stories that's been redone over and over. Like it's like, you know how you have like the X-Men Days Future Past story, it gets rebooted all the time. It's like another story like that. And so like I had this box set collectors with Blue Beetle in it and the DVD inside it, and of course it got stolen. That's besides the point. But I had seen the movie beforehand, and dude, if you have not, do yourself a favor and watch that. The Judas Protocol, oh my god, for Teen Titans.
Gotta Google
insane. Like it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
put it on the list.
It hits way harder than it had any right to. Like it pulls on like the string.
Oh, I think I have this downloaded. I haven't watched it yet. Yep. I have it downloaded. I haven't watched it. Oh, I have watched it. I gotta re-see it. I've watched so many of the animations.
It's in my top 10. like all-time favorite animated movies. It's up there. It's so good. It's so good.
Ooh, like, that means something.
It's as good as the Teen Titans cartoon version, if not better. Like there's.
While we're in the yes.
So let me say one last thing. So we're in agreement that the DC live action movies are terrible, but their animated movies are amazing.
Yes.
And Marvel is the opposite. Their animated stuff is terrible.
Yes.
But their live action stuff is on point. Okay, good. Just making sure. Like I was gonna say, we need to get that out there. We need to put that out that this is where we go. Like, this is how we align.
Right there.
Did you guys see the Thor trailer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think about that? It looks good.
I didn't actually see Lady Thor in there until I went back and rewatched it. And Harry
at the very end.
Yeah.
I forgot when. No, keep talking.
I'm pretty excited about it, like because I didn't think they would, sack up and put her in the movie.
So it says her first appearance.
I'm like, okay, I'm down for it. Like, let's
go. Thor doesn't have the hammer anymore. He didn't have it.
And I get that, and I'm down for that. But how many, douche canoes are gonna be like, oh, this is just more woke, blah blah blah. Like, bro.
Oh, you can't.
No.
You can't stop them.
She's in the comics. She's in the comics.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She is in the comics, but like. Some douchebag is gonna say that it's not, and they're just gonna run the opposite way instead of it being about how good the story is. Because like, if you don't know it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It's so good. Like her.
Well, another thing is, how many different Thors are there? Like, there's
many different comic books.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of
There's
Thors.
An infinite amount of different universes that Thor is in. So I mean, like, there can be any type of Thor. So, and plus, Craig, weren't you saying that what's her name is dead anyways?
I want to know spoilers.
What?
I mean, no spoilers.
Who's dead? That's a spoiler.
Nobody. All right, so
well, I won't tell you who.
You better tell me. Hold on.
Okay.
Don't make me start deep Google searching right now.
Put the spoiler warning up then. All right.
Spoilers.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
So the last I read in the comic, Jane Foster was dead because she had cancer, and like she was found worthy to be Thor, and whenever she uses the power of Thor, it completely reverts all her chemotherapy, like because it rejuvenates her body to like a perfect state, but it also resets everything. So her cancer just restarts every time she uses the power of Thor, and then slowly but surely, like her life force gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and then like she dies. And I'm down for it. Like, it's a really good story because ultimately she becomes like I think a Valkyrie or ascends to Valhalla because she's found to be like that level of warrior. She dies in battle, legit sacrifice whole life for the universe type stuff, like on some Thanos type stuff, and I respect it, and it's written well, and I just hope it gets the respect it should, like, because there are plenty of female characters in the Marvel universe or in comics in general that can carry a story that well, but this is the first time I've seen one that could actually do it.
One day they're gonna probably do that, a whole female movie, Marvel movie. They're gonna probably do that one day.
I hope they do it right. I heard I haven't seen the Widowmaker movie yet, and I was excited for
You mean the TV series?
Paul, is it a series? I thought it was a movie.
Widowmaker?
What's
Widowmaker? Is from
not
Overwatch.
Widowmaker. I'm thinking about Overwatch.
You mean?
I was gonna. Well, we can talk
Black
about
Widow.
Overwatch later, Craig. We can talk about it.
Black Widow. Black Widow. My bad. Overwatch on my brain. I went to see the Black Widow movie because I was excited to see like a female-centered girl power type vibe, just to see how they ran with it. But,
you didn't like Birds of Prey?
Well, that's DC.
So I like the old school Birds of Prey. I never watched the new one. I hadn't seen it.
I won't say it was a bad movie. It was okay.
Like the old school Birds of Prey was awesome. Did you ever see that? Like in the early mid 2000s, the DC TV show live action Birds of Prey.
What? No. I didn't know about it.
Okay, so it had Batman and Catwoman's daughter, Black Canary's daughter, and I want to say Batgirl, and it was legit. Like it was legit, and it only got like maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and it was called Birds of Prey. Like that's why I
Really?
thought that's what I thought the hype was about. Everybody was hyped that the show was coming back, but apparently a lot of people didn't know about the previous show.
Something must have something else was probably bigger out at that time.
Well, at the time, the market was oversaturated with like that kind of dark leather goth thing, and it was like Buffy, Angel, all that stuff was huge. The market was saturated with it.
That explains it a lot then. Okay. Oh, read this ridiculous thing. Florida man, like always. Florida man watches Spider-Man No Way Home 292 times in theaters to reclaim a Guinness World Record.
Reclaim? This is his second time?
It's always the Florida. See, people underestimate how crazy the Florida man is. Like,
also, how much free time he has? 292 times to see a movie. I mean, what is that?
They said that's 720 hours.
I mean, he had to have been doing it
times a day.
Right? Yeah, he had to have been doing it multiple times a day because the movie wasn't out for a year. Most movies aren't out for a year; they'll be out for 6 months or something like that. So he had to see it multiple times a day.
Let's not forget the biggest picture. You know how much that cost? Now, if he was doing it, if he was doing it, well, if he was doing it at a Regal theater, then he saved because Regal has that new membership thing.
Florida man's got the Regal pass.
Monthly. Yeah. So you can just keep going and watching the movie. But Jesus Christ,
there's no way he bought one ticket and then just stayed in the theater.
Just lived there. He just
Come on, we all did it. Look, we all did it as kids. We bought one ticket and then we just moved on to the next movie.
Jesus.
Never did that.
But the thing is, no, you got to understand. To be able to complete a Guinness World Record, Guinness has to be there
to verify,
watching you do it. Yeah, who was with this man watching him watch these movies?
No, he probably just had.
Dude was.
No,
you know how mad that dude was.
He had stubs. He had ticket stubs. I'm sure he produced his credit card records, so he could be like, I bought these tickets. Here's the stubs. I highly doubt someone from Guinness was also sitting there watching it 292 times.
Nah. I don't know.
Maybe
but then he would have to not even that. He'd have to space out the purchases in the hours. So the movie's this long, so I got to buy a ticket at this time. Didn't take kind of a 30-minute break or something. Didn't buy another ticket at this time.
I bet you, if anything, he's got the Regal pass. Regal is looking at their terms of service being like, how many times can people watch a movie per day? They're like, they got a subscription. Let's see, we're going to have to limit it to 5
unlimited popcorn, unlimited refill of the drink.
Unlimited everything because they lost $1,000 from that guy because there's
they lost more than $1,000.
Really not that much in the grand scheme of how much they make, though.
You're right.
But then again, they want all the money.
Right. Okay. They don't just want some money. They want all of the money.
So let's try to knock out one of these other topics Craig has for us. Scarlet Witch versus the Phoenix. So I'm curious. Yeah.
Let's go into our versus. This is our versus segment. Ladies and gentlemen, versus.
I got Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch.
No.
I'm Phoenix. Giving it to her.
Phoenix, man,
I'm giving it to her. The reason I give it to Scarlet Witch is I know the Phoenix is immortal, right? So it can't be destroyed. It can pass on to different people. But the reason I give it to Scarlet Witch is because her powers affect reality. So if she just made the Phoenix just disappear. That's just how I see it. I was like, well, if you can affect reality, you could throw the Phoenix in a completely different reality away from yours.
I was just about to say.
There you go. Phoenix the Phoenix.
Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange. They're buddy. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I mean, they can both do the same thing. And so it's just like.
But she's more powerful. He has to. She can just do it. He has to cast his sides and stuff.
Well, another thing too is I think that Doctor Strange is bound by rules and morals that Scarlet Witch doesn't have. She didn't have it. She wasn't raised up and brought up in how how to use magic properly. She just does it, and oftentimes not even of her own volition. She just does things, and she changes the space of reality, resurrects people. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but can wholly resurrect people of her own volition and not realize she's doing it. for Doctor Strange to do something like that, he'd be breaking all sorts of codes and all sorts of rules, and he'd be telling everybody, "I got to break this code, I got to break this rule." There's no way I'm doing that. Scarlet Witch is just like, "Oh, that person's alive," because she just in her mind made the person alive, and it just so yeah, I get what you're saying, but Phoenix, man, immortal. I'm telling you.
And like I think
But what if Scarlet could end that immortality because she can pretty much warp reality?
Yeah, like I gotta agree with Dom and give it to Scarlet Witch, just because there was a comic where she was just freaking out and she decided that there are going to be no more mutants, and every mutant on the planet disappeared or lost their powers like that, except for her. Just because she was pissed.
Scarlet Witch or Phoenix? Who did that?
Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Like she in later on you find out she can do those sorts of things because like her powers seem psychic, but it's actually like chaos magic. Like so it's like it's magic with also unforeseen outlooks in it all the time. Like it's a lot more wild than like the regular mysticism that's out there.
Yeah.
And because of that, she can be as strong or as weak as her brain lets her be. So if she thinks she's the strongest thing in the universe, she is.
Sounds
but
like
if
a Green Lantern to me.
off, she's off. Like, but that the same thing can be said about the Phoenix. Like Phoenix doesn't warp reality per se, but it just does not die. Like it's like psychic thought. It's like
what is the Phoenix again? I've read it before, but I can't remember.
It's consciousness. It's like the primordial It's like God. It's like the primordial consciousness of the universe, and it picks like strong psychics or strong beings to inhabit, and then it just goes on tirades and moves on to the next planet or body, and so on and so forth.
Interesting.
But it's not like good or evil though. It's just a force. It's like nature, it's like wind.
So we've broken into like God versus like witches. Like the classic, witch hunt. Organized religion versus magic that they don't understand, and so they call it a witch hunt. That's interesting. Okay, all right.
It did get there, didn't it?
I'm still gonna stick with Phoenix. I'm still gonna go with my girl Jean. I gotta stand by Jean.
I stand by Wolverine shoving his claws through her. That's what I stand by.
The only thing is though, like the Phoenix can reform itself from the thought of itself. Like even if it doesn't exist, the thought of it creates it. Like
See if the Scarlet Witch locks her in some whatever prison dimension, whatever, she could just think herself back into existence. Charles Xavier would be like, "What happened to Jean?" Boom, right out of the whatever. She don't care. Like he does not care. It would not be a thing.
When they do any of those
wrote this character?
That's why whenever they do any of those reality warping things, they have to pull all the memories of that out and pull any reminders out, because thinking about it revives it. That's why things start shifting and breaking immediately, because it's just
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yep.
Oh, don't spoilers! Don't tell me none.
You haven't seen the Spider-Man yet?
No, I'm behind. I'm a boomer.
I won't say anything.
I have.
We gotta get a sponsor from Harry's, because I'm getting nose hairs like an old man.
All right, well, get sponsored. Hey man, y'all can have a sponsor. I got it. It's no big deal.
Thanks.
Okay. This next one was interesting. You put Jiraiya versus Kakashi.
What? Who put that? Where was that? Was that in the text? What?
That was Craig.
Like I don't know why, but it just popped in my head. Jiraiya versus Kakashi.
Jiraiya will smoke. You gotta understand. Jiraiya is the man that made Itachi be like, "No, we're not gonna fight this guy." But when Kakashi sees Itachi, he's like, "Oh, god damn it, we gotta fight Itachi." No, Itachi didn't want that smoke with Jiraiya.
That's true. You're right. I'll. That's a fair point. But let's say both of them are prime. Like
Jiraiya is even more deadly in his prime. You gotta understand, man. He was taking out the pains of the sixth path with no information on their abilities or anything like that. And he's old. in Sage mode. Imagine him young in Sage mode. He probably would have took them out by his damn self. But he was taking them out with no knowledge and still survived to tell the village what he found out about his powers. And he already had dropped like 4 of them.
I can't deny that logic.
So okay, so let's talk about Itachi real quick. So Itachi didn't want to fight Jiraiya. He didn't. But he said, okay, let's fight Kakashi. So there's a history between Itachi and Kakashi. They're both in Ambu.
There is.
So
they
like
kind of like rivals.
Yeah. So like if you face down, you have to look at it like that way. It's like if you face down a former comrade, nah, it's a fight. It's a fight. But Itachi, you have to remember, he still believed in the village. He still believed in the elders. He still believed in all of that. So he's like, I'm not going to fight Jiraiya. Jiraiya is one of the legendary Sannin. I'm not going to challenge that. I'm not going to fight that. We have to withdraw. But Kakashi, nah. I mean, I'm not saying that Kakashi's not strong. I'm just saying that Itachi was just like,
he's like,
you know
I
what?
see you the same way I see myself. Like
another thing is Sharingan.
Yeah.
You know for sure that Itachi was going to be like, you think you can use that? You think you're using a Sharingan right now? No, man. That's why he hit him with the Tsukiyomi. That's why he hit him with it. Left his ass on the cross. And he was just like, you think you got a Sharingan? Nah, get out of here. He's not going to disrespect you.
This is the bare minimum ability.
He's not going to disrespect Jiraiya. He's not. However, he stopped Kakashi in the least lethal way. Think about that.
He did, yeah.
He didn't touch anyone, and he just stopped them with an eye technique, and then he left. He could have killed him, sure. Yeah, he could have.
He could have wiped all of them out.
Instead, he gave them PTSD.
I'm gonna say it was pure respect why he didn't want to fight Jiraiya, not that he couldn't take him in a fight.
But do you think he could take Jiraiya?
All that being said, we're not talking about Itachi versus Jiraiya. We're talking about Kakashi versus Jiraiya, and it's a tough. I'm telling you, man, that's tough. That's tough. When you say prime, do you mean like full Sharingan, like
I don't know.
Sharingan?
I feel like
Susanoo Sharingan, because
I feel like
Susanoo,
Kakashi having 2 Sharingan is just like plot armor, like BS for the story. So
it was plot armor because he didn't have the Sharingan. At the end, Tobi's soul went to his body and gave him 2 Sharingans. And Sasuke was like, "How the hell are you doing that?"
I'm telling you, man,
exactly.
So like, if he was Susanoo, if he was perfect Susanoo with Eternal Mangekyo Sharingans, no, Jiraiya doesn't stand a chance.
You think so?
I think so.
If he's broken, I think so. But like, I mean, if it's just like regular Kakashi with 1 Sharingan and Jiraiya young, I think Jiraiya might take it. Yeah.
Well, because you have to remember, Kakashi used his he used the Mangekyo Sharingan, the teleport technique, to stop pain. So Jiraiya might beat him in the end. He might have him, but then he just sucks his head off with the.
No, it puts too much of a strain on Kakashi.
That's the point, though.
Literally, he died.
Technique. Yeah, it would be a double KO. It'd be a double KO.
I don't know, man.
But still, he'd stop it.
I couldn't give it to Kakashi, man. I just don't think he could take on Jiraiya. I just don't.
Be this hard.
I think Jiraiya would just trap Kakashi in a toad's belly and call it a day.
Yeah, but Kakashi, actually no, he's never used the.
Kakashi only knew how to absorb stuff. He didn't know how to teleport until he saw Obito use it. He didn't know how to he could teleport himself.
Itachi got out of the frog's belly by using the Black Flames Amaterasu.
Kakashi can't use that.
Kakashi can't use Amaterasu. At least he's never been shown to. Doesn't mean he can't. He just.
I think it's a right eye ability.
Eye. It's his other eye. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Dang.
It might have to go to Jiraiya. I think it's gonna have to go to Jiraiya.
And then also, Jiraiya has the toads for Sage mode.
Yeah, he does. Just imagine if Jiraiya would have stayed on the mount, what was it called, Fuji or something like that?
Myoboku.
Something, and mastered it, and just mastered Sage mode. Like Naruto did. Just imagine how he would have took down Pain. He would have took him down. There would have been no question about it. He would have been a threat. And that's why I always say like Orochimaru wasn't shit compared to Jiraiya, because even Orochimaru couldn't even go into Sage mode.
So the only reason Naruto beat Pain is because he had clones that could do Sage mode. He left clones that could do Sage. Jiraiya never did that. If Jiraiya left clones that did Sage, he probably could have beat Pain.
But he couldn't, because you got to remember that the toads on his shoulder were constantly absorbing Sage chakra for him. That's why he had them on.
So I have a question. Like, this is just like a random plot thing, but like, if Naruto could absorb Sage chakra through the shadow clones, why wouldn't everyone just start teaching their shadow clones how to absorb Sage chakra?
You have to be taught how to do that. You can't just.
And Naruto, the understanding the mastery of the shadow clone technique that Naruto has is unheard of. He got that scroll, that forbidden scroll, and he learned it. He mastered a forbidden technique. It's different. His level of shadow clone jutsu is different from anyone else's in the world. people can do it, sure.
The only other person that's been shown to do it was Kakashi.
Yeah, it's
it's not that like, okay, he just makes copies of himself. Like
the way the shadow clone technique works is it splits your chakra. That's back when it first came out. It splits your chakra. The Uzumakis are just known to have this humongously demonic amount of fucking chakra, just too much. So that's why he can do that. But anybody else that tried to do it, they probably die of chakra exhaustion. They can't make an army like him.
Sasuke's max is like 8 clones, and like Boruto can do 4.
Another thing is,
okay, that makes sense.
I thought Naruto was the only one who could get experience from his clones. Like no one else can get experience. Like every time he makes a clone and they fight, and he can bring that experience back to himself. Because Yamato said, the clone
when he was, like,
when he was learning,
when
he was training, he said that wouldn't work for me. I couldn't do that. I wouldn't.
That's because he had I think it's just a different kind of clones Yamato used. He used wood clones.
He used wood
so
clones,
I think maybe the shadow clone was probably the only one that could do that.
I need to know. I'm googling.
I saw a meme online that said the only reason Hashirama was strong is because of Hashirama cells.
His own cells.
His own cells.
Myself is why I'm so powerful. My thing with Hashirama is, I don't know if they ever went over this, was did he have a limit that he could be in Sage mode, or could he just be in Sage mode and just call it a day?
I don't think there was any kind of limit now. I can't imagine there would be. Just like the Sage of 6 Paths, would he just not be in Sage mode all the time? Wasn't he just in Sage mode, just constantly?
I don't know. Like I'm curious about that. It's like, that's because, man, yeah, that's a good one, man. Anyways, we veered way off of that. Let's say, so who would you give it to against Jiraiya versus Kakashi?
I'm gonna give it to Jiraiya.
Yeah, I gotta give it to my boy, the Pervy Sage.
Find the Naruto answer.
So we're going with Jiraiya.
Gotta be
hailing over Itachi. I can see that. You know what? It probably could have been a different story if we knew that Itachi had full mastery of the Susanoo, but it never shows that. He can only do
Kakashi.
No, Itachi.
Now we're talking about Jiraiya versus Itachi.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jiraiya versus Itachi. We already knew Jiraiya beat Kakashi.
That's I misheard.
Oh, no.
I'm with you too, Harry. I didn't know we moved on to that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I thought we just established that.
Oh no. That's a different story. No, Itachi is said by the author of the story to be the strongest character in the whole show.
Oh wow, really? Holy shit! I thought he was just out of Madara. He was.
Cannot be stopped. Unbeatable. He could not keep Itachi in the story. Couldn't. Because literally he had to be like, I have to give him a debilitating illness, and he can only show up just for some character progression, but that's it. He can't hang around.
Then I have to kill him.
This man's wiping everybody out.
Because seriously, nobody stands a chance.
Okay. You don't think Minato could have beat him? Minato? He fought Minato?
No.
You don't think Minato could have beat him?
I feel like he'd have got him with Genjutsu, because Minato's fast, but I feel like he's predictable.
Remember, he's not fast. He teleports. He's probably fast in his own right. But
he's
remember,
fast in his own respectable way, but the reason he's so fast is the teleportation.
Yeah.
Which is honestly cheating.
This is why I think he would beat Itachi. He'd just say, to hell with it. the Reaper Death Seal. He's just gonna seal Itachi away. He's gonna be like, to hell with this. I'm just gonna seal your ass away. Call it a day.
Itachi would already have a genjutsu started. Like,
right. You'd be sealing nothing.
Pretty much. So you know what? Okay, the Reaper Death Seal is so broken, and the third Hokage showed us that when his shadow clones did it.
His shadow
clones did it. So if he would have created 4 shadow clones, would he have died, or would his shadow clones have just died?
I think just the clones, because the clones captured stuff and then
exactly.
I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it.
But
I don't buy it because I don't buy it.
But it's supposed to be the seal's supposed to take one soul per use. He used it 3 times. He used it 3 times.
And this is why I stand by. We did not deserve the third versus Orochimaru that early in the show. We had no idea what was going on. Orochimaru summoned the first and the second. What?
Yeah, we didn't understand.
We didn't.
No idea.
We didn't realize how badass they were until the war.
No idea what we were getting into. We're like, oh yeah, those are the former leaders of the village. I'm sure they're strong shinobi. Like, yeah, I'm sure they're great. We had no idea. Zero clue what was going on. And I bet you the second Tobirama was just like, what's up? Oh, okay, all right. Impure resurrection jutsu. Cool, all right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. No, I'm totally under control. No, this is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the creator of that jutsu, isn't he?
He totally didn't care. He totally didn't care. Like, he's just like, yeah, he did. He made it. He did. The second did.
Like,
okay, yeah.
You're right.
You would think
every conversation with dude, he's like, oh, so how's the village?
You would think him creating it, he would know how to escape it, like Madara did.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's basically what he was gonna do. He was literally when they resurrected him at the end of the war, when he was literally about to just resurrect himself and then kill everyone. And Hashirama was like, hold on, don't do it.
Oh, was that the finger? The finger.
That was the finger where he was like, you calm down. No.
Put that finger down.
You put that finger down. This is a young, impressionable Uchiha. Like, stop.
Scared the shit out of that man. Nobody was ready for that. They were like, holy hell. It's a whole nother level of ass whooping I'll take if I go up against this man.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, Tobirama, when he was resurrected, he's like, all right, cool. I'll check out the village, see what's going on. Oh, here is in. All right, what's up, man? Hey, yeah. Oh, well, we're fighting. Okay, cool. Whatever. Yeah.
Y'all got cheese?
Dude, you know what? You know why he didn't resurrect himself? Because there were no Ichiyas in the village. So when he came back, he was just like, chakra, no Ichihas.
All right. That's right.
Who wiped these guys out for me? He would have been Itachi's best friend. Like, you did it? Uchiha did it? Man, I love you.
You know he had an Uchiha in his squad.
He did?
Yeah, Tobirama, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
He had to be an absolute beast. Like, what? Like, how much of a G did you have to be for Tobirama to be like, yeah, you can hang with me?
I don't know. I think it would have to be like a respect thing. Like, he respected that one Uchiha for something. Maybe he saved his life or something like that, you know?
No, I'm trying. No, actually, it was Danzo's squad. I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Don't clip this. Harry made a mistake in Naruto lore. Don't clip this.
There's so much lore to Naruto, though. It's just so hard to.
There was one. I think his name was Kagami. I think it was, and he was the one that told Danzo about Izanagi or Izanami, the one that you could resurrect yourself. You could rewind time and stuff. So I think that's who it was. Kagami, I think his name was. But yeah,
there's so many techniques that Uchiha could do with those eyes. Just imagine if the clan was still alive and more they found out that their eyes could do. If the clan was still alive.
Don't worry, it's still alive. You've been to Alabama? It's out there.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Okay, let's get away from Naruto, because we'll stay talking about Naruto all day. Let's pull up one of Harry's subjects. The worst movie, the video game.
The best.
I thought it was the worst. The best or the worst.
No, because they're all bad. No, that's the thing. So here's the topic. The best video games based on movies. because for the most part, movies based on video games and video games based on movies are bad, for the most part. So it's a shorter list to say the good ones. And I'll start it off by saying the greatest of all time movie tie-in video game, 007 GoldenEye. On the Nintendo 64, it's the greatest movie tie-in video game of all time.
I love having we were talking about
Hands
007
down.
before too. Yeah, it's
True.
Jesus, man.
Hands down.
All right.
I mean, there no one else comes close. Doesn't compare. I mean, you could. I mean, I'm sure you have examples. Lego Star Wars or something. Those are really good games. Lego Indiana Jones.
But
but
it's so easy for a Lego because the Legos just follow the story. They're not doing anything. They're literally, this is what happened in the movie. This is exactly what's happening in the game, and that's why people love it. I'm experiencing the movie I love. Yeah, but with Legos.
But yeah, man, no, that's what I'm saying. 007 GoldenEye, greatest movie to video game adaptation. And not because it's like super accurate to GoldenEye or anything. It's not at all. Not even accurate in the slightest. It's just one of those things that it hit right at the right time. It's first person shooter, the multiplayer local couch co-op, all of that came PvP. All of that came from right then and there.
There's not that many though, is there? I'm trying to think. It was a movie, then became a video game. Because normally it's a video game that becomes a movie. It is a much shorter list. Harry made it too complicated. 007 is just one.
I can think of two that were movies that became games.
You got a ton of Lord of the Rings games.
It's the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yep, that's a really good one too.
I've never played the Chronicles of Riddick.
It's good. And the Alien Isolation game.
Ooh, yeah. Those are really good examples. But you know what's not a good Alien example?
What's that?
That Alien game that was terrible. God, what was that?
Which one?
It came out before Isolation.
It's the Alien game? It came out before. What was it based off of? What was it based on?
It was just based on just like general alien lore. It wasn't based on any movie. What's it called?
Was it?
It's by the same people that made Borderlands.
What?
I feel like I can see the case, but I could also be picturing an Aliens box VHS case.
So,
let me see.
The creators of Borderlands made an Alien game.
It's Colonial Marines. Aliens Colonial Marines.
I never played it.
Oh man, it is critically panned. It's a terrible, terrible game.
So it's delisted.
How about this?
Still existed.
So how about this? The Aliens versus Predator movie.
Amazing movie.
Which one are you talking about?
Was it? Because the Aliens versus Predator movie I saw was trash.
That's what I said. Which one are you talking about? Like, which one are you talking about?
The first one I liked. Like the very first one where they find the pyramid in like the Arctic or whatever.
They have to work with the humans to fight that. No, man, no.
See, I can give it to Craig on this because that was the first time I was introduced. I didn't know what Alien vs Predator was, so I like that movie because I was a kid when I saw it, and that's all I knew. I didn't know that there was
that wasn't like the first time it happened.
No, but that's the one though. That's the one that's terrible. So so independently, Aliens vs Predator was a PvP PC game, and like it was like, if you can think of like before Team Fortress 2, if you can think of before Counter-Strike, that was Alien vs Predator. So it was like the big online multiplayer PvP. This is pre-Call of Duty. This is pre-Overwatch. All of those. So Alien vs Predator was like Unreal Tournament level
game.
And so they're like, we're gonna make a movie out of it. And the thing is, man. Aliens was already a successful franchise. Predator was already a successful franchise. And so when they brought them, they did a crossover. The game is actually based off a comic book. There's a comic book, Alien versus Predator. And so they're like, okay, well, let's make a game off of it. And so the game blew up in popularity, and they're like, this is amazing, let's do this. And so they make a movie about it. The problem is the movie's rated PG-13. It's not rated R. So they cut out all of the things that the aliens and the predators would do. Because they can't show it. The little kids can't see that.
Oh, that's their fault.
PG-13?
I didn't think so. I didn't know.
That was PG-13?
Wow.
Do you know how I know? Because I saw it in theater.
Facts, please. I saw it on DVD. Okay.
I can't believe that was PG-13 because there are some scenes that I should not have seen at 13.
I'm not talking about aliens
shooting its load down the person's mouth.
I'm not talking about aliens. I'm not talking about Predator. Those movies independently were R, but the Alien versus Predator movie with the pyramid and humans and all that kind of stuff was PG-13. Yeah, so they cut out all the things that would have made it a good movie, if you ask me.
That's wild.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know.
So another bad example is Doom. Did you know they have a Doom movie?
That movie was garbage.
Yes, and that's That's
a bad one.
That movie shouldn't even be brought up. I thought you said good ones.
Have you seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie with Marlon Wayans?
It's with the Wayne brothers, so we know it's going to just be a comedy. Ain't nothing serious about them.
So, like, that's the thing. Like, it wasn't a comedy, and he tries to be like a serious sidekick, and it's so weird.
Oh no, I couldn't see him do anything.
Movie. It is a tragic flop of a movie.
Like, this is why they stick to comedy.
What about the World of Warcraft movie? Did y'all see that?
That wasn't too bad to me. I never finished it.
It was almost.
But see, I can't judge because I don't play World of Warcraft. I don't know the deep
and I haven't
lore.
seen the movie, so I don't know. But yeah,
I want to know how the Uncharted movie was. You know, there's another video game become movie.
True.
Mortal Kombat was video game become movie.
Yeah, towards the end though, they weren't very good. Like the first Mortal Kombat was great.
That was the only good one. That was
but the other two, and then they
other two.
There was three, and then they rebooted. They did a reboot too, so technically there's four.
Yeah.
How was the reboot? Didn't it?
I don't. The fourth one is only worth watching Scorpion and Sub-Zero fight because they go at it. Those are some great fights. But as far as the whole story, the whole main character is made up. They made him on the spot. He's not in any game because he was created for this movie.
He's new, yeah. They
He's
did.
Brand new.
Brand new one, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what about the Super Mario movie?
We don't know. We haven't seen. I think it's going to be good.
No. I'm not talking about.
Oh wait. You're talking about like the 80 something one.
Yep. With John Leguizamo.
Oh my god, that's a terrible movie. But if you want to watch it for the funniness,
Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, the Street Fighter movies. Those were terrible.
So bad.
You seen the Tekken one?
No.
Tekken? It was terrible too. Yes, Tekken has two. They have two movies.
Did you see the Chun-Li one?
No, I never watched it.
You talking about live action?
I just had a feeling it was these are live action.
Okay.
Tekken animated movie are great. No,
I've seen the animated one. Yeah, no. There's a shower scene in there that every young boy.
Have you seen?
Chun-Li shower scene.
You're talking about the animation one, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The animation one, yeah. Okay, what about the Resident Evil? What about the Resident Evil live action with Mila Jovovich and?
So, I
don't care about Resident Evil, but they're good action movies.
Now have played the Resident Evil games, and I know more about the lore, and I have seen those movies as a kid. They're completely trash. Compare if you compare those movies to what goes on in the actual game, they're complete trash.
They always were. That's the thing.
Throw it in the trash.
So as a kid, you're like, yeah, these are good action movies. Like that guy got cut in like little tiny chunks by lasers. It's garbage. Pure garbage. None of it makes any sense. Like it's just like I haven't seen the one that has Leon, the new animated one with Leon in it. I haven't seen that one. But like
great, good. Resident Evil animated movies, perfection. They are great movies.
What about Detective Pikachu? Anybody seen Detective Pikachu?
Okay, I was gonna bring this up. I think Detective Pikachu was without any of us knowing was them like some. Let's get him a taste of what it would be like to just run around and see Pokemon everywhere because. Arceus was like, then we got Arceus, but now this next one that's coming out at the end of the year is like Detective Pikachu. There's just Pokemon in the city and all that, and you can just walk around and interact with them. That's Detective Pikachu. I was like, man, they dropped the hint on us so long ago, and we didn't think about it. We probably was like, yeah, man, this would be great if they made a game out of it, and now they are.
Did you play the Detective Pikachu game?
No, I'm just saying
There's
that.
a game?
Oh yeah.
No, there actually is one.
Yep.
Wait, that bullshit me. Wait,
no, there's a
you're
Detective Pikachu
lying.
game, dude, and it has one. It has an amiibo that's like a huge. It's like a giant-sized Pikachu amiibo.
No,
You're an amiibo.
bro, there is. What?
I'm telling you, man.
What
3DS.
was it too?
3DS.
I thought the 3DS they stopped making games for it when Detective Pikachu
They did.
came out.
This came out when the 3DS was popular. You know, Professor Layton and the case.
But wait, I thought the Switch was already out. The Switch was out when Detective Pikachu came out. Yeah,
maybe it was, but
Detective Pikachu came out.
Greg, how are you gonna have them candies on stream and not have any to share for everybody? If you're gonna bring candies to class, you gotta share it with everybody.
2016 is when the Detective Pikachu game came out.
2017 was Switch.
Oh wow!
March
that
2017.
Like if you watch that movie now, you'd think it came out this year. It looks that fucking good.
Hey, y'all don't live that far away. You could just come over.
I would have to walk.
Where's your
I'm
car?
not walking.
Oh.
I can't drive.
Oh, okay, yeah. True. I'm not having a drink. I got blasted this week. I was down south, of course.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. I was hanging out
There's
with
one
my
last
dad.
thing. There's one last thing before we transition. One last thing.
Mhm.
Lara Croft. The Angelina Jolie movies.
Again, I didn't playing the games now and then watching the movie. I feel like the Angelina Jolie ones dropped the ball.
You didn't play Tomb Raider before any of the first Tomb Raider movies came out?
Oh man. I had never played Tomb Raider.
You didn't have a PlayStation, just like a regular PlayStation, original great PlayStation.
I didn't. When I got my PlayStation, it wasn't too far from the PlayStation 2 coming out, and of course the games that I had on PlayStation were more. It was like Final Fantasy Tactics.
They play on
stuff
PlayStation
like that.
2, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't know what Tomb Raider was at the time. I didn't know it was a game. You know, it
You
wasn't until
you didn't know about Tomb Raider with the polygon.
No, not until I was older. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I understand, man. I was raised in a freaking
in
a pastor's house, so
please,
no.
come on, you would please come on.
Well, we didn't really have like good internet, and then the computer was like here. It was here, and the dining room table was right behind us. So it's not like you could just be looking up all this. And
you had internet. You had internet growing up.
I remember I plugged the computer into the wall, and I just thought that's how it worked.
No, there was so much to it. That dial-up, I remember that.
Ooh, so the joke is, you know, the Bane meme where you adapted to the darkness. I didn't see the light till I was a man. It's for real. I had dial-up internet until I graduated high school. Ooh. I did not have high-speed internet until I was an adult. I was already an adult before the first time I saw high-speed internet.
I saw faster internet in high school. Like my dad had the modem and everything, but he had an E-machine. That was the name of the computer. It's called an E-machine.
The first time I had a high-speed internet was in a hotel in Augusta, Georgia, when I was in my job school in the Army.
Wow.
I had never seen internet so fast. I was downloading so many songs.
Everything.
So many movies. I was just like, what? This is insane.
LimeWire's where it was at.
Man, I was downloading everything. Man.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Mm.
What
Old school internet.
These kids these days don't know. They don't know what they're growing up with. Just imagine how fast the internet's going to be like when like my kid grows up.
I wish. My hope for the future is that when your kids are old enough for them to really understand the speed of the internet, that there's gigabit internet on everything, like on their phone, on everything, just gigabit internet.
It'll get there. We already know it'll get there.
It's like
this 5G ain't working out. I need a gigabit. But then just think how much it's gonna cost.
It shouldn't cost much, like just because the way we work with tech, like we just get better with making things better.
It's infrastructure. Infrastructure is the number one thing that stops internet service providers from providing gigabit Ethernet to everybody. Infrastructure. The infrastructure that they put in place 30 years ago, they're still using. Think about how much technology has changed in 30 years. And the infrastructure, the wires in the ground, the ones that get cut every day at work, and we have to tell one of our remote sites, sorry, your line got cut. We don't know when it's going to come back. That line has been in the ground for 30 years. They haven't changed it, and that's the problem. So for the longest time, the complex across the road from me had gigabit Ethernet, and mine didn't. It's literally a road. My sister complex had gigabit Ethernet, and I didn't.
Where's the manager? Where's the manager?
I mean, eventually we got it, and I have it now. But still, it's just one of those things that is just like, you got to be kidding me. It's a road. How could it possibly be this complex gets it and this other complex doesn't? But it's all infrastructure. So I do have a topic, Dom, that I didn't bring up, and I wanted it to be kind of fresh on our minds, and like on the spot.
Okay.
So, we're gonna show our age a little bit, but I wanted to.
I don't look my age, so you're gonna let me show it.
I wanted to mention some video game consoles, and just off the top of your head, the first game that comes to mind when you think of this console.
Oh God, man, Harry, you have more older consoles than me, though. That's tough for me, but okay, let's shoot.
That's okay. That's okay. I mean, we can start with more modern things. I'm not going to start with the
just start with what. Oh God, the Magnavox. Wasn't that Pong?
Yeah, I'm not going to start with Pong. I'm not going to go that far back. Although I could. I'm not going to go that far back. But we could say Atari.
Oh God.
Any games you can think of on Atari?
The first game that pops in my head, I don't think this is
literally anything.
Was that Atari? No, it wasn't Atari.
Galaga?
Okay, Atari was with the stick and thing. Okay, it was Galaga.
Yeah,
okay,
Galaga. Yeah.
Galaga.
Okay. All right, so for me, it's Pitfall. Pitfall has got this dude that swings over a pit, and there's alligators and stuff like that. It's terrible, man. It's all of
I remember that now.
Blocks. It's all of 8 blocks, and it's just the dude swinging over pits. I mean, oh man. All right, so Atari. Okay, so NES, the original Nintendo, was the first game that comes to mind.
Oh, NES? Oh, Super Mario.
What, Craig? What'd you say?
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt, fantastic.
That's a great game.
Oh man. So you guys both, you actually said my game at the same time. So when I was growing up, we had an NES and we had a combo cart, and it was Duck Hunt
and Super Mario Brothers.
So you guys both said the same game that I was thinking when
I remember that cartridge. Do I have that cartridge?
Man,
I think I do.
I do. And I got the Zapper too.
I don't have the gun. Oh my God, that's what we gotta do. Go over there and play that game and get pissed off when the dog starts laughing at us. Like, I always wanted to shoot that dog. You ever tried shooting him?
Trash dog.
He's a pain in the ass in Smash Bros too. If you go up against somebody who's good with him, he's a pain in the ass, dude.
Cans every time.
Dude, in Smash Bros, he's a pain in the ass. Like, he has range, like, for days.
He leaves a can for you on the side of the stage, and you try to get back up and blow up and go off the side. Yeah. Okay, all right. So we're gonna jump a little bit here. We're gonna say Sega Genesis.
Sonic.
Yep.
Sonic. Wait, who?
That's what I was gonna say. Which Sonic?
There was one Sonic, and it had to deal with cards. It was a weird one. You know which one I'm talking about, Harry? Because it's not a known Sonic game.
It's not the Sonic Mean Bean Machine.
I don't know. It had to deal with it. It kind of gave me a Mario Party vibe, but it dealt with cards also. And I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know that one. The Sonic game with cards. Yeah, we're gonna have to look that one up.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
That one. Craig, what you got?
I guess it's Sonic Adventure 2.
So Sonic Adventure 2 would be Dreamcast, but maybe just Sonic then. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic Knuckles. Those are on there. I can't believe
which one started doing the like spiral like special worlds where you would like swing back and forth, and it had like a
Oh crap. What console did you say back then when I thought of that game?
Genesis. It was Genesis.
Okay, I'm sorry. This was on the Dreamcast.
Okay, there we go. Okay. I can't believe you guys didn't. I can't believe you guys didn't say Lion King, Aladdin, Any of those
Oh
ones
my
that were so
god, those
hard on the
hardcore games that make you
man,
Hercules.
they were so hard on Genesis. Oh man, yeah, it's definitely Aladdin for me, for sure. Okay, all right. So Super Nintendo,
Oh, Legend of Zelda.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja
Oh my
Turtles,
god, what a great
Dude.
game!
Turtles in Time.
What a
Which one?
great game!
Turtles in Time. Oh
Oh
man.
my god, that was so good.
All right, Nintendo 64.
Ocarina of Time. Majora's
Um,
Mask. I could
The
just
first, it's kind of a tie because
Mario
like
64.
Pokemon
007.
Stadium or
Pokemon
Stadium.
Snap.
Pokemon Snap.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah, I have to go with Ocarina. I have to go with Ocarina of Time. It was the first N64 game that we got when we got a Nintendo 64. It was Ocarina of Time. It was the only game we had for like 6 months. We didn't buy another game on the Nintendo 64 except for that.
The first, because my mom was working at Walmart at the time, so she got a discount. And when we got the 64, I think it came. No, it did.
Didn't come with a game. Nope.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't come with a game, and I think she got us. It was Mario Kart.
Oh, that's
64.
a good one. We never had Mario Kart growing up. I played it everywhere, but
man, we had so. I don't want to derail too much, but there was the verses, right? And it was so fun. It was 4 of us. You know, 4 it's me, my older brother, my sister, and we each had our own controller. And in 64, in this battle stage, there was 4 different buildings that connected. And they were different colors, so we would each pick one, and this would be our property. If you invaded, we'd just start launching and attacking each other. Oh my god, hours of fun. So fun.
Oh man,
imaginations were great as kids.
All right, okay, so now we're gonna go. Let's see, we haven't done PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1.
No, hold on, Dreamcast.
Well, that came out after PlayStation 1.
Really? Oh yeah, you're right. It did. Yep.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
PlayStation 1.
Oh, I thought
that was 2. That was 2.
Are we saying PlayStation 1?
Yeah, we're talking about 1. Yeah, 1.
Final Fantasy Tactics. That is the most vivid one I remember on PlayStation more than anything.
For me, I would think 7. I would think 8. You know, I'm thinking all these Final Fantasies, but for me, it was always. Have you ever heard of this series, Soul Reaver: Legacy of Kain?
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. That was the very first one on PlayStation, wasn't it?
No, they had a Legacy of Kain was the game, and Soul Reaver was like this action RPG that took place in the same universe.
That's when he gets kicked into the he gets his wings ripped off.
The waterfall. Yeah, he had wings. Okay, he got ripped off into the waterfall. I mean, so it was basically like emo goth Zelda. Yeah. I mean, it was exactly what my 13-year-old self needed.
I wish they remade it so I could replay it because I never beat it. Because I didn't grasp how good that game was back then.
I'd love them to do a remake. Are you kidding me? That would be amazing. Okay, let's go PS2.
Oh, hang on, I need to do one.
Yeah.
PS1.
We're talking about like Spyro. We're talking about Crash, Tekken 3. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Great one. Jeez. That I think Tekken Tag put Tekken on the map.
Nobody said any fighting games. They didn't say there's no Street Fighter. We haven't heard any Street Fighters. We haven't heard any of that. Oh man, okay.
I didn't start playing Street Fighter until PS1, and then
because you're just saying like the first game that pops into our head. So
I know. I just kind of figure you guys being like competitive, fighting game people, it might be that, but
like when my top competitive and I couldn't even play it at a competitive level would be Smash Bros. Because that is just from 64 continuing. I've just been playing it. Like I've been playing Tekken and Street Fighter also, but if you see the amount of hours I have in Smash Bros, it's just ridiculous.
I wish I'd have grown up with the GameCube and stuff because every time I play Smash Bros, I have a stupid amount of fun playing it. I really get into it, man. And especially because I'm stupid competitive, I am. And it's a fun game, and I've been over a friend's house, and everybody just goes insane playing, and I love that. But I have never had the opportunity to really sit down as if it was my game and get good at it. But I'm pretty sure if I got the chance to, I'd probably be obsessed with it, just because I like the competitive spirit. I watch the Smash tournaments all the time. And
that's a whole nother level.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Man. So okay, so that was okay. So let's do
PlayStation.
Dreamcast. Yeah, let's do Dreamcast.
Sonic
Shadow the
Shuffle.
Hedgehog.
That's not
Son-
was that on Dreamcast? I thought it was on
Sonic
PlayStation
one.
2. I said the Sonic Shuffle. That was the one that I was thinking about. It was on Dreamcast.
Sonic Shuffle. Okay. Okay.
Like, for some reason, like when I always wanted a Dreamcast stupid bag, and I had an obsession with Sonic when I was a kid, and like Black Sonic, like Shadow, he was Sonic but black, and he had hover shoes. He was so cool,
and he
then
killed.
they gave him guns and a hoverboard.
That was too. I didn't know that was on Dreamcast. I thought that was only PlayStation 2.
No, that's on PlayStation 2. It is. It's not Dreamcast.
See, you gotta think of a Dreamcast game.
It wasn't. No, it's PlayStation 2.
Dreamcast,
We're almost there.
Yeah.
So for me,
so PlayStation 2. Oh no,
no. We're not on
Dreamcast.
PlayStation 2. Yeah, Dreamcast. For me, Dreamcast is Sonic Adventure 1. It is. It's Sonic Adventure. It's one of those things where it's just like when the Dreamcast came out, to me it had one game. It was Sonic Adventure. And you got the snowboarding thing where you're going down the hill in the middle of Los Angeles. You're flipping cars over, and then you get down at the bottom of the hill, and there's that monster that's made of water or whatever. And like,
is that Sonic Adventure?
That's Sonic Adventure 1.
You're thinking of Battle 2, Craig, because that was on GameCube. And that's had the fire soundtrack, rolling around at the speed of sound. You're going downhill, or that hit. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Oh, that was hit.
I mean, like, out of that game.
That shit was hot.
So that's the one for Dreamcast. All right, okay, so GameCube, let's go.
I thought PlayStation 2 was before GameCube.
All right, PlayStation 2.
Onimishu. Onimishu.
I downloaded that game the other day. I'm about to play it for the first time.
Okay.
I have all of them. Every single last one of them.
Craig? Are you going to do a Shadow? Now that you've been saying Shadow for the last 3 times, you're doing Shadow?
Shadow was good too. The reason I say Onimishu because that is the one game I had to.
Game. So for PlayStation 2.
What an era, man. What a era. Onimishu. I had Shinobi.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
I was going to say,
but I didn't. But that wasn't me. Final Fantasy 10.
Kingdom Hearts.
Dragon Quest. Oh my God, bro! I was
so for me.
2 era was amazing.
So for me, PlayStation 2, Grand Theft Auto 3.
Ooh,
it is
San Andreas.
Game. It is the only game that I played on PlayStation 2. Vice City, San Andreas, like, oh man,
Boo.
Like that's what I'm saying. So like, ask Craig. I'm constantly singing songs from San Andreas soundtrack all the time at work.
You know what? PlayStation 2 is the only console to have 3 Grand Theft Auto games dropped on it. You had 3. You had Vice City, and then you had San Andreas.
But Grand Theft Auto 5 is the only Grand Theft Auto to be dropped on 3 different console generations. Yeah, so right. I mean, like, is it kind of the same thing, or is it not?
It's gonna do 4.
Okay, so now we're gonna hit GameCube.
Okay, GameCube. What do we got? I already got mine.
Can't say Wind Waker. Don't say Wind Waker.
I won't say Wind Waker.
That Pokemon game with Lugia.
Ooh, XD, Gale of Darkness.
Oh man,
the emo Pokemon.
When you could snatch up somebody else's Pokemon.
Yeah, you're gonna steal their hearts or whatever. Yeah. Good one. Okay, all right.
Okay, I'll say.
Mine because I wanted a GameCube so bad because they had the coolest Pokemon games, and my cousins had it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got a new Pokemon game." I hate it.
I'm gonna say, and it's not a GameCube exclusive, but this is where I played this game. Sands of Time. I played Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, and Warrior Within. I played both on GameCube. That was it. Because I don't want to say Legend of Zelda, because I can say Legend of Zelda. Just keep going.
Console,
and I don't want to stick to it, so I'm going to say Sands of Time.
So GameCube.
I wish that game could have kept going, because it was good.
They started dropping the ball. They really started dropping the ball.
They were getting ready for Assassin's Creed. We didn't know it. We didn't know it.
They didn't know it. Because
we
literally,
didn't have any idea.
The next Prince of Persia that was supposed to be after 3, they were developing it. It was a Prince of Persia game, but they started doing so much. They was like, this is a whole nother game, and it became Assassin's Creed. Really? What a phenomenal game.
So I'm gonna cheat, and since y'all haven't cheated this whole time, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do 2 games for the GameCube, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. So obviously,
well, I said 2. I said Sands of Time and Warrior Within. Specifically, Warrior Within.
We have to go with Metroid Prime. We have to do Metroid Prime. That changed the game. It changed the gaming landscape.
They changed the FPS landscape. They changed for sure
everything with Prime. And so, okay, so Prime, okay, but also honorable mention, Need for Speed Underground.
Oh my god, that's when it was hot.
I'm telling you, man.
That's when it was hot.
Need for Speed Underground.
Drift 2. Drift needs a mention. Or was it called Carbon? I think it was Need for Speed Carbon. That's when they were drifting.
I'm telling you, man, Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, package them together, put them in HD, get them on the PlayStation 5.
Thank God. Take it. Take all of it. It needs to be Underground 2, and Carbon. Smash it. Put it out there.
Let's go.
Most Wanted also, but I could deal with that.
Most Wanted was so good.
It was so good. And afterwards, Most Wanted was the last good one before they dropped the ball.
Most Wanted was Underground during the day. Underground was always at night. Most Wanted was, and you do it during the day.
So great.
Okay, so we have a new contender, Xbox. This is our first time we get to talk about Xbox. Xbox busted in at this time. All right, what do we got?
SSX Tricky.
Ooh, it's tricky.
Crazy Taxi was for me. It was Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
What a great game.
That was a good game.
That was a great game.
Absolutely insane. Amazing game.
So, for me, Xbox was where I experienced, and I talked about this on the last podcast, Doom 3.
I was just saying Doom 3.
Doom 3.
Man, I wish I could experience that, because that would scare the hell out of me.
And Chronicles of Riddick was on the Xbox. Both of those, Chronicles of Riddick and Doom 3 were on the Xbox. So yeah. For me, it's definitely Doom 3.
On Xbox at like 11 or 12, and it scared the shit out of me. Like I was like, I can't play this. I'm gonna have nightmares. Like
what was at the Xbox? Was it then PlayStation 3 and 360 at the same time? That's when the console war started.
Yep.
So let's just go 360 because we're already on Xbox.
360? All right, who's going first?
Halo 3.
Ooh, how have we not mentioned Halo on Xbox?
Because it's what you expect. But so is mine. Crap! If I could spit it out,
I mean, if Halo 3 is too easy, then I'm gonna say Fable.
No,
no, I'm not saying you can't have Halo 3.
I blanked out on the name.
We said Xbox, we didn't say Halo.
How did I blank out on the name so bad? It's the only game that was like Resident Evil on steroids. You could chop them up with chainsaw gun. Chainsaw gun.
Dead Space?
No, chainsaw gun. Gears of War.
Gears of War. Gears.
That was my game. Gears of War.
Gears. We're on 360?
Mm-hmm.
I got to do it to him. I got to do it to him. You know who came out 360? Your boy Todd. Todd Howard. Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. That's when you got into it.
Bethesda bust out into the scene. Oblivion. Yeah. Honorable mention is Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah.
I knew a lot of people playing Oblivion. But like Oblivion was for the kids who were like the hardcore gamers. Like the kids who were like they were PC gamers and whatnot.
I hadn't fully tapped into the big RPG scene yet, I would say, because Legend of Zelda was an RPG, but compared to like those games, no, I hadn't even. I was scratching the surface. It was Skyrim that got me to just balls to the wall, fall into it.
My brain to like, I was like, wait, they make video games like this?
You mean I can walk up this mountain and fall down it? You mean I can do that? What?
Yeah, walking to this village and start a fire.
Yo, I was a freshman at Santa Fe when Skyrim came out.
My God.
Dude, I had just got back from A school when Skyrim came out.
I had just moved in with my uncle down south, and for 2 days straight, he left for work at 6 and would get home around 6. And I was on Skyrim by the time he left till he came home. and did not even realize that much amount of time
Oh,
had passed.
So, all right, I guess I'll tell it then. The Skyrim story. I quit my job to play Skyrim. All right. So here's the story. All right.
I love this podcast.
This is the story. All right. So I had just gotten out of the military, started attending a local community college, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna work a part-time job. Just make minimum wage, whatever, just some extra cash on the side. So I start working at Chick-fil-A, right? And I'm working there, and it's fine. My boss is 17 years old, but whatever, I don't care. Like I'm just like, whatever. It's money. I don't care. I come home smelling like chicken. I don't care. And then Skyrim comes out. I put in my 2 weeks notice. I'm like, hey y'all, thanks for the opportunity. It's been great, nice knowing you, but I'm gonna move on to better things. I quit my job so that I could play Skyrim because I knew Skyrim was coming out. And so the last day in October, I quit my job. So I was ready for Skyrim when it came out on the 11th.
Oh my God.
I quit a job because I knew Skyrim was going to be taking all of my time. And it did. It consumed my time. And I don't regret it. Because F Chick-fil-A and their homophobic practices.
I'll cut that out of the clip.
I'd say keep it in.
Oh, well, you heard it here. Okay, so now we're at PlayStation 3.
Yeah, PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3.
I'm trying to I want us to say some stuff that you wouldn't think about.
Some deep cuts, like some Spider-Man or something.
Cuts.
Something that you're not expecting.
All the Spider-Mans were trash on 3.
So I'm just going whatever pops to my head first.
That's what I'm saying. Like whatever is the first game that you can think of, like you played it on the PlayStation 3. Like it's the one that sticks in your mind when you think of picking up that
Assassin's Creed, hands down.
Assassin's Creed 1.
Yes,
so good.
Altair, man. Where it started.
Yo,
where I was like, I can slash this guy while riding a horse.
I love this game. PlayStation All-Stars.
Whoa.
What?
Okay.
You are the only man I know. I can't.
That'll ever say PlayStation All-Stars.
That game.
It was, man. I feel like they could have done more.
Man, it was
yeah,
so.
man. You dropped. Yeah. It was rough. It's your first time doing it, but if you would have continued, just imagine the All-Stars game we'd have right now. The lineup. It would be good.
All my money. It was so good. You'd have Sora, you'd have Kratos, you'd have Splinter Cell.
So you can't vote them out, guys. They could still make an All-Stars 2.
Yeah.
I think they should, man, because look what Nickelodeon tried to do, drop the ball.
Nickelodeon, Warner Brothers, Warner
Brothers is doing it right. I think there's going to be good for the simple fact it's going to be free to play. You're going to have a battle pass. So yes, if you throw a battle pass in your game, that bitch needs to be free.
100%. Wholeheartedly agree. I hate free-to-play games, and I hate battle pass-led games, but I will 100% agree with that. No paid game should have a battle pass, and subsequently, if your game is free-to-play, then it needs to have some sort of monetization thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if your monetization is not pay me $60 out of the gate, then okay, fine. Then do cosmetics, then do loot boxes, whatever you got to do to support your game. I get it. Games cost money. You can't just make a free game. However, if I'm paying $60, $70 nowadays, $90 if you get the holy crap edition,
this better comes with everything.
It better not have microtransactions. It better not have any of that because I've already paid the full price to get into the game.
We already know who's lost their minds doing that. Ubisoft. Ubisoft has lost their mind with the amount of microtransactions they will throw in the game. Time savers? Are you serious? Time savers?
Phoenix Rising, amazing game.
Amazing game. Didn't need any of that.
Transactions.
What happened to doing something super hard and I get this cool skin?
Right. Exactly.
That's why you gotta respect.
We derailed a little bit.
Let's
come back PS3. All right, so for me, PS3. Ready? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Think about Ultimate Ninja Storm. What game?
What a great game.
What
What
game?
a great game.
Right? What other game existed when Ultimate Ninja Storm? Okay, so you had Budokai, right? You had the Budokai series on the PlayStation 2, and those were good fighting games. But Ultimate Ninja Storm, it changed anime games. Period. It made anime games not this, beach volleyball, Dead or Alive, like
it's got the best jiggle physics.
Right, exactly. It changed anime games from being jiggle physics simulators to wait, hold on, no, this is actually a respectable game, and the stories are good. So I mean, like,
was that the one where they did like the arena fighting for the first time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Where
the
it's
one,
like
the 1v1 where you could call in a friend. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, like I said, Budokai, like they pioneered that, where you have a key button and you have this button and that button and an upward attack, a downward attack, but Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm won. Man.
When that game was out, if I wasn't playing that, we were playing Budokai. Like as far as fighting games went,
those were hot.
We were just alternating between those two. Like any disputes in the house got handled there.
Imagine PlayStation All-Stars being made like that.
Dude.
Imagine you being on the other side and I'm just gonna throw that Kratos blade and pull you back over like I'm Scorpion. Like, where you going?
All right. Wii. Let's go. What kind of terrible disposable shovelware games did you play on the Wii? Let's
Wii
go.
Sports. Wii Resort. Okay, but let's get into the Wii. Wii had a lot of games.
It had thousands of games.
Okay, so there was this one game from Wii that it was the Michael Jackson Experience dance.
Yes.
Oh my god.
The Michael Jackson Experience. Let's go.
I went
over to my cousin's house and they had it and they were playing, right? And I was like, "Oh, I'll play." And I got the high score and no one could beat it, so they reset the game.
Wow.
Haters.
The haters.
They need to take a cold glass of haterade on that one.
Really? That's petty.
I'm gonna say Mario Sonic Olympics.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
First one too.
So for me, and we haven't mentioned it yet, I'm surprised, but for me it's Guitar Hero. So
I thought that was PlayStation 2.
It was out on other consoles.
3.
It was out. It was 2. It was 2. It was on everything. And so like we hadn't mentioned it yet, so I'm surprised. But the Wii guitar was different. The Wii guitar was literally just a plastic peripheral, and you put the Wiimote into it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, I remember that thing now.
Yeah, and so it was different, and so it was a different type of peripheral. So like for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox and all that, the guitar controller was the controller, but for the Wii, you had to put a Wiimote into the guitar-shaped thing and play.
They had so many weird stuff. They had everything.
So yeah.
Honorable mention.
Definitely Guitar Hero.
Honorable mention.
Sure.
Rock Band.
Yeah, right. We should just say Rock Band. Period. Like, what generation is that Rock Band? It's the Rock Band generation. Like, it's
there.
What? They hasn't come out on this console yet.
All right. We're rounding the bottom of the barrel here. We got PlayStation 4, Xbox.
Have we done 4?
Hard. 4. 4.
We're starting to get real modern.
I could just look over here and just look at some 4.
I know, right? Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh, Zero Dawn. That's a good one.
Okay,
yeah.
You're going straight with one of the big heavy hitters.
Yeah. Okay.
Like when I first saw the game, it looked good, and like I'm an Xbot, I know it, but like I can't deny when Sony has good games. Like you can't say that. Like it doesn't. And right. I finally got the chance to play it, and it's an amazing game. And like to the point to where I think it might have not gotten enough noise when it came out, because it seems way ahead of when it came out, and it's what, like 3 or 4 years old now?
Yeah. 2017. It came out the same year Zelda did.
Yeah, okay. And like for it to have like a really well written female heroine and a female heroine. That's wow. Like a female lead, and the story to be good, and the combat to be good, and it to not just like fall apart midway through. Like, cause I'm taking my time with the game because it's fun. Like, I'm having fun with the game.
Dom, you
And
platinumed it, right?
Yes, I did.
And like, I really didn't see that coming. I thought it was just gonna be like a hack and slash, like
platinum it, man.
type deal. But it's I don't know. It's a lot more. The world building is a lot more like I care about the game. Like it made me want to take my time and have fun in the world and explore and figure out all the little subtle nuances and stuff like that. Like it made me want to keep playing it, and it makes me respect the game, which is why I want to play the next one, but I have heard nothing but bad things.
What?
No.
You heard bad things about the second one?
No, it's very good.
No way.
Really?
Man. I play games with like 3 of the pickiest gamers alive, and they all love it.
Okay.
I literally down south, man. Look, dude, and I swear, I was like so tempted to grab this. Like, the Best Buy down south is just known to order a stupid abundance of stuff.
That's because nobody in Fort Myers want to buy nothing.
Just sitting there, man.
You're in Fort Myers, because if I need to go to Fort Myers,
just 4 of them just sitting there, the collector's edition.
Are those PS5?
Oh no, I would have bought it if it's PS5. No, it's just the collector's thing. It just came with like this really the mammoth, if you kind of see it. That's pretty much like the key point.
Great.
Craig, it's not worth going to Fort Myers for that.
No, yeah, you could probably just order it online. But
oh man.
But for me, I'm
about Fort Myers.
So for me, for the PS4, I'm gonna cheat like Harry, and you gotta give this man his respect, because we didn't bring him up in 2, we didn't bring him up in 3.
All right, Kratos,
God of War.
I knew it. Yep, it's gotta be God of War.
This man came back into the game and just killed it. I think he got Game of the Year, didn't he?
Yeah.
I still haven't got a chance to play that.
It's so good. And in my second game, because this is the game to end the PS4 on, Ghost of Tsushima.
It's on PS4, right?
Ghost
of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah.
God of War is on PC now, but God of War was like that mid-entry PS4. And Ghost of Tsushima, huh?
Is Ghost of Tsushima on PS4?
PS4, yeah. It was the last PS4 PlayStation exclusive game to come out before the PS5. And they killed it. You talking about a beautiful game? Like, you could just sit down and just look at the landscape. And this you gotta understand, with this game was released when they were hyping up how the PS5 would have like no load times. This game didn't have a damn load time. They literally stated that they had to increase their load time on when you died so you could see the hint or like the tip. Because as soon as you died, you're like right back in the game. And it's because I was like, what? Wait, you guys knew how to do this entire time and nobody else figured it out? Come on, man. They didn't need some super powerful console to make it happen. And the amount of detail that is in that game and the story.
You have to write the game a certain way.
It was, they said what they did, but it's just.
I want to speak to the manager. Bring me something.
God, man, what a great game.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna do a cop out on this generation.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Come on, it's Fallout 4.
I wouldn't call that a cop out.
It's Fallout 4. I gotta do Fallout 4, because like the Fallout franchise to me, ever since PlayStation 3, ever since Fallout 3, I mean, just like it's a Bethesda game.
Sony? I think it was on PlayStation.
Yeah, it's on everything. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Fallout 4?
So yeah,
that released everywhere, man.
So Fallout 4 is one of those games that's just like, it's the next game in the franchise. It's an evolution of what is, come before. They did some things worse, they did some things better, but like when I sit down and turn on my PlayStation 4 and I'm thinking about playing a game, sure as hell ain't Fallout 76.
Which is the only Fallout I'll play.
That's a shame.
That's a shame.
So
oh
sorry
my
to
god,
hear that.
dude!
I'm so sorry to hear that. But
wow,
telling me to.
All they had to do instead of 76 was just add online to 4, and you would have been raking in the money.
No, what they should have done is made 76 a standalone expansion to 4.
Yeah, you're right. Because it probably wouldn't have been buggy as shit. You'd have been able to play online. You already had NPCs.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just that's what they should have done, but they decided to do their own thing. But we're not talking about 76. We're talking about 4.
We're talking about 16 times the detail. Right?
16 times. What's 4 times 16? It's 76. But it's not. 4 times 16 is not 76. But
I wasn't gonna question it.
No.
I wasn't either. Here's the smartest one here.
No. So like, it's just one of those things. Fallout 4 for that generation, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, like that generation, it really sticks out. Yeah, Fallout 4.
Okay. All right. So now, what's your Xbox?
You want me to jump right into Xbox?
Isn't that's right after the Xbox. 4?
Jumping right into Xbox is Halo Master Chief
Collection.
Master Chief Collection, yeah.
Destiny.
Destiny's a good one.
Destiny blew my mind when it came out.
Don't forget that Overwatch came out on that console too.
I got one, and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, but Overwatch. I played Overwatch on PC before I played it anywhere else.
So Master Chief Collection, to me, I had played almost no Halo games. I'd played almost none, and so I had played almost none. And so the Master Chief Collection let me go through and play all the games again in HD, high resolution, high frame rate. And so I played through all of them. And then they added my favorite Halo game, ODST. Halo 3 ODST.
Amazing game. Absolutely amazing game.
They added Reach. Another amazing Halo game. So for Xbox One, yeah, I gotta say it's the Master Chief Collection. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so mad at myself, and if any of you guys can remember this game, because nobody thinks of this game, and it was a game really vivid. You could ride around on power lines. You're fighting these mutated monsters. He had all these different kind of weapons.
It's by Insomniac, and it's called
Sunset Overdrive.
Yes, Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. That one for Xbox. Yep. That's it.
Sunset Overdrive. Yeah.
I'm surprised that didn't do more. Like,
I thought it would blow up. I played it. It's fun.
It's a great game. I'm surprised it didn't do better.
Insomniac is that development studio that makes Spider-Man games for PlayStation. They also made
it does have a very Spider-Man-y kind of movement vibe.
They also made the one where you it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive or 4 where the girl has neon lights that she shoots out of her hands.
Yeah, that's
Infamous.
Yeah, Infamous. Yeah. That's not Second Son. It's called something else.
I think it's
Second Son. Yeah, Second Son. So they made Infamous. They made Infamous Second Son. They made Spider-Man. So Insomniac made
more than what it was.
Resistance. They made Resistance. What an underrated game.
We passed the PlayStation 3.
I know, but holy shit.
I know. Damn. You know, the PlayStation 4 had Killzone on it, and honestly, I'd have rather seen Resistance than Killzone.
Red Faction.
Red Faction.
Or Red Faction 2.
I have not. No.
Like, it was one of those games that it was all about like dystopian future, blah blah blah. But like the combat was amazing. It had no business being as good as it was.
And the levels were fully destructible, right? You could break everything in the level. Yeah.
You could blow up through a wall and make a tunnel, to the next room. It was wild.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to wrap up for time. So let's power through these next ones.
Okay. Wii U. Did anybody own a Wii U?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
No, but I played them.
Man, if I had to think of like a Wii U game that wasn't a remake of something that I bought because it was remade, like Wind Waker, it would have to be the the Pokemon, that fighting game.
Oh, Pokken Tournament?
Pokken Tournament. That's the only thing I can give the Wii U. That's it. I can't
You forget Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
Breath
mine.
of the Wild also too. Oh, and
Yeah.
then Smash Bros.
There was a Smash Bros on it, but for me, it's Mario Kart 8. That one's definitely my winner. Okay, all right.
GameCube, I meant to say Double Dash, but
Double Dash is amazing. Double Dash is amazing. Okay, so Switch is our last one. Breath of the Wild. Everybody's gonna say
switching, and it's the new
it.
ones. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild.
Maybe Craig will say Arceus, but I mean otherwise it's like
it's Breath of the Wild. You just okay. So now we're at the big boys so far for you guys. PS5. Craig, I know you don't have one.
For PS5, the first game that comes to mind when I think of a PS5 is probably like I haven't played one yet, but I want one so bad. Can't wait. Let me see. Probably Ghostwire Tokyo, just because that game looks super cool.
Just platinumed it.
You suck.
Hey, I platinumed it in 39 hours.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's a good game, man. Yeah,
it looks super cool. Like
makers of Evil Within made it. Great game.
Evil Within's a great game too.
Really good story. So for mine,
it looks super cool.
My PS5 game, and I'm going to say this game because I can highly recommend anybody that buys a PS5 if they're new into gaming, get this game, Kena.
Kena, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's on the PS5. Mm-hmm. Damn, I was hoping it was on PS4 because that looks like an amazing game.
I think I looked it up and I told you it was, but it's.
I watched Dom stream it. I remember that because it was good.
Amazing game.
So for PlayStation 5, for me, it's damn, I just had it. Ratchet and Clank.
I haven't played it.
Ratchet and Clank.
It looks amazing. Everybody, I haven't heard anything bad about that game.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm Craig, Kena is on PS4.
So I'm nervous that this one is gonna let me down.
No, man, I haven't heard a single negative thing about this newest Ratchet and Clank. Not a single negative thing. That game, I am surprised. Wait, it was in the runnings for Game of the Year.
It was, yeah.
That's how good it was. It was in the runnings for Game of the Year. Like, you can't really say anything bad about that game.
What was it? What won? Demon Souls remake? What won the Game of the Year?
It was fucking it was Hades. It was Hades.
Hades, yeah, that's
Hades
right.
won.
Hades won?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was these indies titles that are just going up against these.
That's because Jeff Keighley loves indies. And so if there's an indie that makes Game of the Year, he's like, no, this is.
No. The game that beat Ratchet and Clank was It Takes Two. That was the indie game that won.
That's the one.
Hades won the year before.
Hades won the year before that. Yeah. But I mean, it was going up against Resident Evil 8. It was going against Demon Souls remake, Returnal. I mean, there were so many things that were coming out. And
the game of the year this year is going to be Demon Souls.
Your Returnal.
It's going to be Elden Ring. Elden Ring will hands down.
I don't know, man. No, but we have to remember Star whatever from Bethesda is coming out this year. Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to probably be filled with fucking bugs. It's probably gonna be buggy as hell. You gotta understand, they dropped this game, and the only console that had a little bit of problems with performance-wise was just PC. This game worked phenomenal on all consoles, and even PC players it's just a little bit of problems, but it wasn't game breaking. And
Elden Ring?
Yeah, Elden Ring. And you didn't have when you bought the game, you got the game. There's no hidden transactions. There's no nothing. You see that guy wearing that armor? You want to kill him and take it? Go ahead. You can do it. Man, Elden Ring's going to win Game of the Year. If it doesn't, something crazy needs to come out to beat this game.
Pokemon's coming out this year.
I think it's going to come out too late in the year for it to even be in the I think they're probably going to end up pushing it back.
Pokemon game.
I think they're going to push Pokemon until the next year because they're going to drop it in December or something. December.
They're putting it out. It's coming out in November. That's not a question. Yeah,
cool. It's going to be good, but Elden Ring, man.
What about the new Switch? You don't think they'll do the holdout thing?
No, they're going to do that for
Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zelda. What they're gonna do is they're probably gonna do the exact same thing they did with the Switch. They're gonna drop the two big daddy games of Nintendo, which is gonna be a new Zelda game and a new Mario title. Another one's probably gonna be Odyssey 2.
Metroid coming out this year.
They might do that. It might be Zelda and Metroid.
Big daddy games for Nintendo?
Huh?
Pokemon doesn't count as one of the big daddy games for Nintendo?
Pokemon is not a Nintendo franchise.
Yeah, it's
Nintendo
not a big
does
daddy
not
game.
own Pokemon.
What?
They have three major games, and it is Legend of Zelda, Mario, and Metroid. Those are their big boys.
So they could put Pokemon on any.
Oh, I'm sorry. They have a fourth one now. Splatoon. Splatoon is another.
Splatoon's coming out this year.
For
yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's not going to win Game of the Year. For the simple fact that it's just a shooter.
Has this Splatoon been out before?
Yeah, 3 games. This is the third one. But like it's popular, but it's never really reached Call of Duty level.
Yeah. And when you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario, Legend of Zelda, or Metroid. That's what you think of. Those are their games right there.
Smash Bros. I think Smash Bros.
Yeah, Smash Bros.
Man.
The next Smash Bros won't be out. It won't be out anytime soon. There's
it
no
won't
way.
because which we all know bullshit. That the one that came out was his last one. He always says like this. He's like, this is my last Smash Bros.
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either.
You see, every time they came out with a new fighter, you saw that guy. He had 2 controllers in his hand, and he was playing both characters at the same time on the controller. He's not giving it up. This is
my thing. I don't think they should make another Smash Bros. I think they just need to keep releasing fighters. That's it. This Smash Bros is what you were aiming for, and you got it. You got the biggest roster in like fighting game. Legit fighting games, not the PC ones people can make where they can throw in like all these characters go against each other. True. No, this is a legit AAA fighting game with over 50 characters you can play with, and they all play well.
True. So the next Switch, right? The Switch 2, the Switch Pro, whatever it's going to be. I'll put money on the fact that it's the same Switch that we have now, but the dock makes it go 4K.
Yep.
And so you have all the Switch games you currently have, but they play in 4K. Okay, all right, no problem. So what you have is Smash Brothers Ultimate playing in 4K, right? 4K 60, right? And so because of that, they release another fighter pass.
Yep.
Another fighter pass on Smash Bros. Ultimate 4K 60, and they just add people. Doom Guy, Master Chief. They add everybody. Anybody, Sora's already in it. Sora's in it.
I'm with you on that because they're going to do.
The thing is, they did what they did with Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U, came out on the Switch, and they just kept adding people to it. So that's what they're going to do for Smash Ultimate. Smash Ultimate come out next generation 2, same game. You can put in your same cartridge into the same Switch, put it in the dock. It's upgraded visuals, and we have a Fighter Smash pass that has 30 more characters. Just like Mario Kart 8 has 60 new tracks? Mario Kart 8 is getting like 60 new tracks.
It's 48, yeah. The great thing about that? The great thing about that, 48 new tracks. Not new, some of them are like...
They're remade from the phone game and stuff like that, but yeah.
The good thing about that is if you play online with friends, only one person has to have it, and everybody can play.
Guys, I got you.
Awesome.
Guys,
I've already played them.
I was going to say.
We know it.
You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
And the new tracks are good, man. Like the tracks they're adding are good.
I played the Tokyo and the
they're good.
The Paris and stuff like that, and they were fine. Palmer and I sat down and played them. They were fine. We didn't hate them, we'll say. But yeah,
Did she kick your ass in Mario Kart?
He's like, how dare you be disrespectful?
No, but that's because she plays motion controls and I don't.
You know what I almost bought? Just aside.
Controls.
She was raised on the Wii. Like all Mario Kart experiences for her is Wii. And so like everything's motion controls.
So you want to know what my hairy urges come out when I walk into Best Buy and I walk into the Nintendo section and they have a legit Mario Kart steering wheel for the Switch. A legit put it on the desk. And it's a steering wheel for the Switch.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
And I would have it. What game do you play? A Mario Kart. That's it. That's it. This is the steering wheel. They made one, and I was like, man.
Speaking of stupid peripherals, I want.
How much was it?
I think it's like $100.
Yeah, it's like $99 for sure. Speaking of stupid peripherals I want for the Switch, the VR headset. VR goggles for the Switch.
Man, Switch needs to freaking fix their online before they start tapping into VR.
God.
Okay. Well, I think we got our bases covered.
Can play Arceus in 3D or VR?
No. Only a handful of games do it. Only a handful of games do it. Yeah. There's like a VR. You can watch your replays in Smash Bros. In VR, and I think Breath of the Wild has some sort of VR something mode, but it's very limited, incredibly limited.
Honestly, if you're gonna play Breath of the Wild, you want to play it on PC with the guy who modded it and allows you to play multiplayer. Nintendo, if they spit that out and say, hey, if you pay $20 more, you can play online with friends in Breath of the Wild, I'd buy that bitch immediately. Immediately.
I can start up Breath of the Wild right now in 32:9 ultra wide, right here, 60 FPS, right here.
Yeah, but you can't play with friends.
He has it on PC. He could download the mod. He could download the mod in. I can do it too. All Harry would have to do is just send me the files.
I was going to say, you got the 3070 now. You can do it. Yeah,
I got a beefy boy. I can do it.
I hate y'all. I can't wait till I get a computer.
We're going to end it on that. Craig hating us because we have these dope computers. What a great podcast today. We went over a lot of stuff.
Longest one yet.
Yeah, it is. Longest one yet. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to cut that down, but we're going to have some good clips. So until next time, we see you guys in the PvP podcast. Love, peace, and hair grease.